Okay, come on, bud. Come on, right on top, Jeremy. Right on top. No,
roof here between this and the recent Mixed Worlds tournament.
help!
Which also brought a great crowd. Excuse me.
It's great to have these Canadian bowlers back down and take nothing away from Price's last year, but it wasn't the same.
Stay back, stay back.
Pelletier just full on the three. See home with a bit of a thin hit, I suppose.
Right in the pocket.
Maybe L5. Good shot, Seaholm.
No, his headpin hits have been right in the pocket, but has hit.
Right now, baby.
Two. Makes 8.
Go, baby. Justin. Come on, bud.
Marks, Waters got 2. Half Worcester.
You never want to see a half Worcester, but especially not on a fill.
Not bad, that's 6. Half Worcesters are pretty when they go. Ooh. Now it's going to come down to a third ball here.
Dave Barber uncharacteristically off the headpin. Same with Justin Waters.
Really slice this over. It's 6. Which means that alone picks up 4 pins for Lucky Strike, and you see the lead grows to about 18. About a 2 or 3 mark advantage at this stage.
Yeah, Academy has 3 to fill. Lucky at the current time only has 1 to fill.
There's a hit for Waters. Such good mechanics to his delivery. After all, he's a golf instructor as well, so.
Repetition and muscle memory are key to his game, and it's one of the sweetest deliveries in Candlepin right now.
His try on the 7. Blanks there, he's got it.
Barber has a tough shot in front of him. Oh, the ball coming back almost took it out for him.
So we are live on Alley Chat right now. Thank you so much to everyone who's watching live or on demand right now. Alley Chat has many great videos of past and present bowlers. The best of the best. And if you want to see more like this, please remember to hit subscribe on YouTube.
Faux cheer for Jordan Britton, going up there, retrieving the ball for Dave Barber, so we don't cause any chips or damage to those balls. Nobody better than Jordan Britton at getting that stuff.
Mr. Dependable, huh?
And a 9 there for Barber. Can only take one of them. Made a nice effort to get the 10. This is where it starts to tighten up. We have 4-1 marks on the board. Academy has the edge.
What's so interesting is that, I'm sorry to cut you off there, Corey, but effectively everyone only has 1 mark because you consider everyone with 2 didn't get high counts on them either, so.
Yep, absolutely.
To your point.
And Justin still has another opportunity to fill his there, but he already has the 2 fill sitting there. But he is somebody.
How's that for a hit? John Baker with a strike.
Harris with a great bid there, but just couldn't carry the back row.
It's been such a joy to see this increased audience as we do this international live stream. As we try to regrow the game after 2020, goodness knows, we've all been looking forward to it, making a resurgence. It was not that long ago. And it's so great to have you all here, both the crowd in person and everyone online watching. Harris had the horseman, now it's 1-6.
1-6 with a friendly piece of wood in between them.
Baker's strike fill is darn close. That plank is going to nestle nicely there.
Beautiful piece of wood for Baker there. Beautiful piece of wood for Danny Harris, who runs down his spare.
Baker has to make sure he gets on the right side of it. He's got it. And it's spare on strike.
So we now have a 4-2 lead for marks for Academy, but a 23-pin lead for Lucky Strike right now.
Baker's 48 on a ball, the best performance of everyone so far. Sean Baker's such an evergreen bowler, just never goes out of style.
Absolutely, that's a lot of this Lucky Strike team. They've been around for such a long time together, winning, getting to the finals.
Lucky Strike no longer an active alley, but will always be synonymous with great names in bowling.
Tough to refill there for Nick Norcross. I feel like Nick this is the second time Nick has had that exact leave. It might have been Corey now that I'm thinking back, but twice we've seen this leave. It's ready to go +1.
Tough for Godwin to slice the head pin this way and that. Norcross is the 3rd ball coming up here against the Godwin 9.
New half coming in, what do you say?
That's 5.
Let's go.
Uncharacteristic. Nick Norcross is a very talented bowler right now. Has been, always will be.
Yeah, 123 tournament average coming into the playoff round, so he's been hanging around the whole time, but he will definitely come out of this funk. There's no doubt about that.
Plenty of time to do it in this 3-string match.
It's a whole new half right now.
Now then, 2 difficult splits here. 3, 4, 6, 10 for Godwin.
Nick has that extra piece of wood that may help him carry if he can get it to bounce off the wall.
Ooh, sliced it behind the 4. Norcross trying to hit the wood across. How about it, 7-pin? What are you doing? Would you like to get over today?
Wow.
Would you like to just, sit down, relax? No, 7-pin, you're going to be like that?
That piece of wood, that's exactly what I was saying. He had to bounce it off the wall, hit it perfectly, and the 7 just stubbornly did not want to go.
My goodness. Saw that Godwin 9. Norcross waved that off, so that's 9. I thought I saw him wave it off.
Right,
Excuse
10
me.
on the board. If they make the correction, we'll make the correction on our end as well. He's in there as a 10 right now.
That may have been my misinterpretation, just for the record, folks. Surratt spare fill. 6. What's so interesting about the pin action at Academy is it's so easy to throw the head pin very thin if you're not careful. It's tougher to get the sweet spot on it.
Absolutely. We don't call it a tough house around here. We call it an honest house. You're only going to get what you actually earn on these lanes.
There are lively sidewalls, so it's not the hardest house ever, but to your point.
Corey looking for a big spare here. Get something going for himself.
How's that wood, do you reckon?
He shouldn't have to worry about it if he goes left to the head pin. He went right, didn't carry the 10 pin.
Surrett's there, not out, at 7.
New half coming in, let's go. New half coming in, bud. You love second half.
So Packard picks up 3.
You love second half up there. Let's go, bud. Like you do, Jeff.
Surrett looking to get himself going here.
Thanks. All right, bud, all right.
Surrett had a 122 average in the round robin. And Corey had a 118 average. Corey.
His first ball here. Both bowlers on the 2. Corey Packard with a little better break than Surrett got. A little more action.
This one.
Nothing doing there for Surrett. Yeah, and like I said before, Corey Packard turned it on. This last series here, he was over 400 in the last round of the playoffs. He just has been a different animal since the playoff round started.
Just off the object. So they're trying to slice some pins. 8's not bad at all.
Come on, Eric, let's go. Howdy. Get this hit back.
So really looks like the big story is another possible storyline is will the anchors explode for more right now? 10 for Packard.
And you know what's going to happen. It's just a matter of when they start to feel it. Even somebody like Jeremy Seaholm, he's been around the block. He knows what's at stake here. But you could say the same for all the bowlers on Lucky Strike. These guys know what it takes to be champions. You're going to see some explosive bowling coming up in these next few boxes.
Eric Pelletier on the head pin now. 6-pin. Exafalato was cheering for it to stay. Hey, there's a big hit. And Seaholm has a strike on spare.
This is all sitting nicely for Eric to get an answer with that spare shot. That one is very friendly.
Oh, what a beauty that was by Pelletier. Hit the wood into the 610, cut it across.
And these are the type of pro shots that we've seen all week up here, and it's the showcase of 2 amazing teams here, and seeing who can win this battle.
Here comes the foul. Now then.
Come on, now let's see a shot anyway. Let's go.
Penalty 6. Seaholm's also crossed over, but late action collects the 5. That gives him a chance.
That's a tough piece of wood that's blocking the shot for him. He's going to have to go way up on the right cap.
Get some pins. Take it.
Because he's got no clean shot at that triangle.
Can't tell from this angle if the red line will take it, does it?
I don't think it covers the 7.
Let's see the placement of this ball. Left side took out the 7.
Yeah, the wood was too high up to spin it that way. He had to go right and try and get it to take a friendly bounce, but an 8 fill nonetheless on his strike.
7 on the board for Pelletier. So Seaholm gains 3 in pinning alone.
Great trip from Academy there. Cut the lead to 9 for Lucky Strike early on.
And the gap is 9. Dave Barber and Justin Waters. Here's Barber, huge. 9 drop. Waters is filling. 5.
Uncharacteristically off the head pin again and again for Justin Waters.
He can definitely go on large streaks where he's on the head pin. Barber marks in the 5th, and he gets a 2nd.
Makeable spare here for Waters if you can stay on the left side of the head pin.
Bad hit by Waters.
Don't change anything, Davey. Pumping that ball in there, kid.
And 8. marks up here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. It's 8 marks for Lucky Strike by my crude count here.
I think we have 9 for Academy.
Looks like it.
The difference has been the fills.
What a Barber powered that through. That was a late drop of the 7 and 8 and consequential 9 drop. And another leave. Chance for Waters, maybe?
That's a makeable spare, especially with the pieces of wood he has sitting in front of the 10. He can miss a little bit right and should be able to carry both pins. Dave waiting for this wood to stop to make sure it doesn't block his shot.
Goes.
I need that pin.
Grab stick, grab stick.
Aiming for the pin directly. Can't trust the wood, of course. If you don't have to trust the wood. Waters found a way.
Come on, Danny, load up, Come on, Danny.
10 for Barber, 73's good running, but Waters has a chance to start running at that total. So Sean Baker and Danny Harris are up.
And Academy has 1 bonus mark other than that. Still lots of bowling here. We still got 2 more games to go. Individual games don't matter. It's only total.
Yeah, 15 minus a ball. Definitely a tight margin still.
All right, run it down now. Go run it.
5 for Baker. That Caleri leave again. Hey! A mixing ball for Harris. Strike on spare. How about a Baker? Ooh.
A little thin on that head pin. He thought he had a bit at it, but just a little bit thin. Danny Harris has been doing that all week. Nice 64 half. 9 there for Baker, but
62 half. Got quite a few 60 halves working here. Nobody able to pin out 120 just yet. Not an impossible one for Baker, but 1, 3, 7, 9, 10 is tricky.
Harris gave a bid for the double strike, but just a little bit full.
I'll be curious if that spare is feasible. Here's Baker's try.
That piece of wood, he's got 2 pieces of wood that both are friendly, so should be able to carry just like that.
They do go as one.
Spare strike, spare for Danny Harris to put his team right back into it.
That's 10. Sidewall action for Baker, and that's 72 through 6.
That was amazing out there for Baker in a time when pins are going to be vital, as you can see by the current 1-pin lead for Academy Lanes.
How about that? Big hit.
Norcross, the only bowler that's a little bit off right now for Team Academy. 52 through 6. 8 under par, as you may say.
Assuming 10 a box, absolutely.
He's got a shot at this one with that friendly wood there as well.
Spin it.
I would have played the single on the right and tried to get the ball to bounce into the wood. Nick, the left-handed bowler, went a little more left to right to try and get it to spin out.
Godwin with his own left to right break has the 1-9.
9 there for Norcross, puts him at 61 through 7.
Let's see if Godwin will match that. Yep. And it remains 1 pin. So Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts, 44. Used to be 48 lanes, of course, and then they put in the new restaurant. Absolutely wonderful atmosphere for bowling.
In Pub 125, the food is excellent. The drinks are great. Norcross first ball. Another great first ball with absolutely no luck in leaving a split like that. He's got some friendly pieces of wood. As long as he doesn't hit a cap, he's got a really good shot at this spare. Godwin on the other side gets the half Worcester.
Find your way to both. Broadside of the wood, and it shoots back in front of the 8.
Great attempt. Pin didn't go back as far as he thought it might. Ball did not carry out. Godwin balances it out with the full Worcester now.
And a chance for Norcross to gain some traction. That's 10. Godwin needs a 3rd ball.
All these pros, they have a great out ball here. Let's see if Dave can find his.
Just one. 5.
We saw this earlier from Dave Godwin. We struggled game 1 against Mass Holes with just I believe a 104 game, and then he immediately found it the next game with a 140 plus.
Corey Packard and Jeff Surratt. Six-pin margin. And this is just the first of 3 strings. Packard, not bad. He might have crossed over, I couldn't tell on that.
There was a little bit of a bouncing ball occasionally.
Oh, how's that 6-pin? Yes, Surratt's got a strike.
Cutting up this diamond would be huge for Packard right here to keep pace with Jeff Surratt.
Sleeve only goes about 1 in 4 times, roughly speaking. Bob Lee, the stats guru, could tell you that. Ooh, front triangle.
Great bid at it, just didn't want to carry the back pin.
I didn't see the video monitor. I confess me. He retreated from that. Like, are you kidding me? That's 10.
Big 10 for Packard there. 6-pin lead for Academy. We've got some fills up there for both teams. The atmosphere here has been great all week. Ted DeBarro, along with Josh, Ernie, and the rest of the staff here at Academy Lanes and Pub 125 have been unbelievable all week to these bowlers and the spectators.
Not a surprise, but greatly appreciated. The room has gone whisper silent, which is why we do sometimes. It's a lot of focus going into all these shots.
Yeah, you want to make the moment breathe here, because everybody knows how important each ball that gets thrown up there is.
Including this for Surratt. He needs a 2nd ball on the strike.
Corey Packard going for a spare here. Spare shot. Off the head then.
The hard part with the Horseman is you don't want to chop through. That's not bad for Surratt. That's going to upgrade the fill to 8. Put that on the board. And the copy score always updates after after the box following it, excuse me. So it is 77th or 8.
What an out for Packard.
And what a good sense of humor about it all as well. Surratt 9. And now you see it there, 86 through 8 for him.
You know, the 1-pin lead is switched the other way. It is now 377, 376, lucky strike on top. There's going to be a lot of this all through all 3 games here with these 2 teams going back and forth on who goes on streaks.
Jeremy Seaholm. Crossed over.
Back in the pocket, but absolutely no luck on the break. Even if that 7-pin carried on the first ball, he has a much better shot at a spare, but he's going to have to have some great pin action here in order to carry this spare.
Very least get pins. Needed on the 3rd.
And sometimes when you know you need that fine hit.
There's the spare, Pelletier.
Sometimes you know you need to have that fine hit, you overthink it and find a hole.
Doing some mental arithmetic. Pretty badly. I'll get back to you on that. I don't have my spreadsheet in front of me.
What a ball. Again, this is what Jeremy's had happen to him all weeek.
The spare field from Pelletier is a good one, 8.
Jeremy's not been able to carry the extra pins he needs to on it when he has a great head pin hit like that.
Trying to slice the pin right to left. Can Pelletier chain it? No.
Good 9 there for Seaholm.
Pelletier gains a pin. 94 through 8. Haven't gotten anyone. Danny Harris is the one on the hottest streak right now. You see 84 and a ball through 6. First here's Justin Waters.
Pending these fills, we're in a virtual tie with these bowlers up there.
6 isn't a bad one. Barber's got 2-4-6.
I always say what tough leaves are, but when you're these good of a pro bowler, there's really not a tough leave that you can't make. Justin punches out the head pin, attempting the spare.
Jam this wood over, not quite for Dave Barber.
All right, buddy, all right.
8 for Waters. Barber gains 2.
Nobody's sitting on marks in the 7th or 8th. Danny Harris has one to fill in the 6th. Waters' first ball here. Great pin action off the 2-pin.
9's hiding back there as well. Now then, thin hit. But Barber collects all of them. There's no hiding 10-pin, is there, Corey? Triangle number 4.
No, there's just the triangle on the left side for Barber.
Good news there. Waters has to drive this pin back. Well, he got the back pin. The ball's there.
Well, ball goes right in front of it.
How about that? Yes. And Dave Barber, who threw that 409, will have the chance to get something started here. Danny Harris, tournament leading average. Sean Baker, who averaged 125. Here come the anchors.
Yeah, Danny had the right side high average.
Ooh, that's 9 on the spare fill. And he's in 130s territory.
The only higher averages that I know of are Dave Barber at a 127 and Matt Hardnett. I'm not sure what he finished with, but he was the high average for the entire tournament.
Canada represent. Ooh, cherries through. A cherry-picked 3-pin. Seven for Baker. Danny Harris working large strength. That's a big hit and a strike on spare. And Harris is blowing up right now, 43 above. Chance for 150s. Baker does drop the extra pin.
As we said before, these bowlers are too good to not go on a run. That's 5 in a row for Danny Harris. 6 out of 7 boxes. Sorry, 6 out of 8 boxes with marks.
Spare for Baker. This is why we watch every box. We're just not going to know until the end.
And a reminder, the individual games don't matter. It all comes down to total pinfall. We have a 13-point lead for Academy right now. 2-1 in marks, but Danny Harris is a strike.
Skipper off the foul line. Godwin got 8. Norcross now. This is possible. 1-3-4-7.
That piece of wood dipped in behind the head pin a little bit. Would have been better if it was sitting up touching it.
Yeah, it's a spare for Godwin.
Norcross missed his object there, did not hit the head pin. Just got to hope to get at least 2 out of this.
Taking the prudent route, going left intentionally to collect the safe 2. No. Godwin averaged 121, Norcross 123 in the round robin portion. 11 matches that took place to determine the playoff seeding. There it is. Godwin with 7 and a chance at another. Norcross broke it up.
Wood sitting nicely for Norcross. Tough piece of wood for Godwin in front there. Might be blocking the triangle just a bit.
He spun it possibly into the right side. That's tough to negotiate. Norcross is on it. His 3rd spare.
Third spare, but a very rough game for Norcross. He's at 90 plus a ball with 3 marks.
Now would be great momentum into the next string. There's 9. How about 10? Oh, 99.
The team would have erupted if that pin fell over, and it would have got a huge momentum swing for Academy. Either way, great spare 9 to finish for Nick Norcross.
And that's the shot he'll remember as he goes to, well, I would say take a seat, but no one's sitting. We're sitting, but I could leap out of my seat at any moment. It's so exciting.
Come on, man.
Surratt. Aye.
A tough break there. He's going to have to really cut this over. Packard looking to get something going in the final 2.
All right, triangle 4. Again, that piece of wood causing some mischief. Surratt going left.
Get 1, bud.
Packard has a little more of a lane here that he can go right at the triangle. It's not covering quite as much as Dave Godwin's was.
Ooh. So it might have hit the wood and into the 4-7?
It did. It hit the wood and the ball went into the 4-7.
Come on, have one here. Have one here.
Surratt 9. It's been a long week. It's the good kind of exhaustion, isn't it, Corey?
Absolutely is. It's been some exciting bowling all the way through. These guys are running on adrenaline and only adrenaline. Tomorrow's gonna hit them like a ton of bricks, that's for sure.
Oh, I have to go home now?
Ah, man. Stay on the plate at least.
A lot of great camaraderie in the hotels as well.
Also lively.
Great social atmosphere overall.
Oh, absolutely. They do the card game, the Mike McIntosh singing.
Yes, how can we forget? 4-7 for Packard. That's got Academy amped up. This one looks pretty impossible, but anyone can. Surratt can.
Come on.
Bounces it over.
Like I said before, nothing is impossible for these level of bowlers up there. I wouldn't be surprised if any shot we see up there goes.
Also seeing some pesky 2-pinners foil some bowlers as well. Packard's trying, got it. Mark it down, he'll have the chance for 110s. Surratt ends with a 104.
Academy currently up 16 plus Corey Packard's fill here. Up against 2 spares from Barber and Baker, and Danny Harris has a strike to fill.
Last ball, in there, and that's a 9 count. for a 112 for Corey Packard in game 1 of 3.
Way to be left cheek, baby. Nice job.
The atmosphere here is absolutely insane with the amount of spectators going through the building right now.
Get in there! Let's switch, baby. Hang in there. All right, come back and help.
I don't even know if anyone's doing any open bowling right now. I mean, there's plenty of room here. There's 3 distinct sections here at Academy Lanes.
And that's the craziest thing about Academy. All 3 rooms are totally different bowling alleys. Not actually by name, but they're totally different lanes, totally different bounces.
And that green section on the right side is a recent addition. That ball's on the plate there, so it could topple a pin. How long do we want to wait?
Yeah, the right room is a brand new addition, all synthetic lanes and approaches. Some bowlers don't love it. I've enjoyed bowling in there. I know a couple people that have. I know a lot of people that haven't. It's a totally different spin on your ball, how it grabs the lane, everything. And this middle room we're in now has had a lot of the upgrades because that's where this tournament is hosted when it gets back to Haverhill. So they do a lot of upgrades in here. And then the left room is the more classic room of the house. It's a 9 for Pelletier, 7 for Seaholm.
Of course, the blue room also has one feature that's pretty rare in Candlepin these days: foul lights.
You don't see a lot of houses put them in anymore. These are classic because they do host a lot of tournaments, house tournaments, things such as this. Mixed Worlds was here, so they try to keep it as honest as possible.
I don't see why not. Not that fouling is necessarily a big issue, but I mean, how about it?
The 10-pin did not want to go. The piece of wood hit it. Jeremy tried to will it along, but did not want to fall.
1-9. Pelletier jumped it over. Wood is coming and gets it. Eric powers it down. His 4th mark.
And Seaholm with the rare kept it on the lane, but couldn't hit the pin. All the way right of the 10-pin without hitting in the gutter. That time it dropped into the gutter for a 9-box.
Pelletier at a 113 average, Seaholm a 115. Thanks, Corey, for letting me copy off your homework.
Absolutely.
Pelletier sparing the 10th. Here it is. It's 8 and a 121.
Remember that pitch right there, Eric.
Let's go into the final 4 boxes here. We have Academy up 14, Barber on a spare, Sean Baker on a spare, and Danny Harris on a strike.
So again, we're probably still within a mark every step of the way.
And we're going to be in for this all afternoon here, Greg.
Hang up. Keep chewing. Keep chewing. Go down a touch.
That's 7 on Barber's spare fill. And again, glad to have you all here all afternoon, and everyone who's been tuning into the various broadcasts we've done here at Worlds. That's a spare for Barber.
Waters with a big answer there of a spare of his own.
So Barber does have the chance to go 120s as well. That's huge! Strike on spare for Barber.
Waters with the answer. Wow.
Put an X on it again. You know the most fun part about doing this? Getting to score for them.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't get to hit these keys nearly enough times in my own league.
I'm with you on that one, Greg. You see a lot more marks when you're watching these guys bowl.
There's Barber. Looking to double and get it.
Stop it with that ball, huh? Serious.
I also bowl in Norwood. That's the other reason I don't use it that often. Great house, but tough one.
Hey, not bad, not bad. Get it out, get it out. Come on, Danny, hold up now, hold up.
Barber tried to cut it there, just fell a little bit to the right. Big 8 fill on his strike in the 10th. Waters. Now with a big 10 fill.
You see it there. Waters 124, Barber 138. So a lot of big finishes after admittedly a bit of a slow start there, but they're starting to find their stride now. And we're in it for this and the next 2 strings. We're glad you all are here as well on Alley Chat.
Hager on the fill ball. Had been hit. Harris looking for a double.
Oh boy. Which means he is now on pace for 150s officially, plus.
The bid from Baker.
Don Smith.
6 in a row there for Harris.
I was talking on another broadcast about the differences in terminology, and some people say, wait, you say good bid when you try a spare? And I don't know if that's Canadian or some other state that was confused, like, what is this, an auction?
There's a lot of different terminology. Every team, every bowler has different vocabulary that they keep. And then now that bowling is spreading, thanks to a lot more broadcasts out there. 8 fill for Harris there. You hear a lot more people that aren't bowlers hear these terms and say, what are you guys talking about?
Hopefully we're explaining it well enough as we go. I mean, some are self-explanatory, like 4 horsemen. You can see it. How's that for Danny Harris?
How about 7 in a row to finish his game? He's sitting at a 161 plus a ball.
Incredible finish by Danny Harris. There's your story in string number 1. Now then, he says yes on that one, 116. Bowler's call on that. And Danny Harris will put a punctuation mark on quite an opening sentence, opening statement. Darn it, almost had it.
And why not 10 more? 171 for Danny Harris here in game 1. What a performance.
Mercy, aren't you glad you watched? 2 more games coming up right now. We're going to keep it here. They will just take a few moments to recalibrate, and then we'll be right back into the next string in just a moment.
It looks like Surratt is coming out. He's taking his balls off the lane, and Chris Bovair is going in.
All righty. All scores are correct, yeah? Wow.
And again, we are the unofficial scoreboard. They are keeping score next to us as well. It looks like Academy took that one by 30, giving themselves an early lead.
Jeff is the bowler to be changed.
That's justice, Nicky. That's justice. Go get it now. Come on.
Jordan's chanting, that's justice. Now then, Norcross got it. How's that sidewall bounce? Yes. Godwin gives quite the reaction to like, phew, thank you very much.
It's always good, especially in a new game, to get that one out of the way, especially when you struggled the first one. Nick is feeling the same way, I'm sure.
Put that on the board. You can see the previous scores of the bowlers on the right side of your screen. Also take note of the totals currently in red at the bottom. Remember, it's total with handicap, not that we're in the least playing handicap right now. But that's what's tracking total pinfall. That will determine our international champion in 2022. 7 drop for Godwin.
7 fill for Norcross. His team was trying to will that piece of wood back to touch the 2 on the left. Did not quite go there, so he has a very big split here.
Slice it across. Ooh. I think he's got the belief, though.
So close, give me 10. 10.
Nick is definitely throwing a more confident ball than he did towards the end of that first game. Nick Norcross, Corey Packard, and Mark Gregory, who is on the bench, are the remnants of that 2018 Academy Lanes team that won the international championship. Michael Machichi did a good job rebuilding this team with names like Danny Harris, Justin Waters, Jeremy Seaholm, and they have carried this team through the round robin and the playoffs.
Corey Packard. A little full on that, so this will be a tricky one to get. And our first look here at Chris Bovair. He's taken part in some of the playoff strings as well. Back in action here, and this will be quite something to sort out.
A lot of wood there, so it's kind of a spray and pray situation where you're just going to calculate your spot and hope for the best. Corey on his object, but a little bit full.
There's an intersection where two of those front pieces meet.
Personally, I'm going to redline the left piece in front.
He did play the intersection. I don't know why he took my advice. You're the better bowler. I jest, of course.
Everybody knows how their ball works a little bit different than everybody else's.
That's 10. Picks up 2. Good start for Bovair and the Lucky Strike team that absolutely flew through this tournament. For the longest time, they were undefeated for, was it 3 days, perhaps?
I believe that's what it was. I think.
Or on the third day, they finally lost.
Something like that, yeah. I think it was the 9th game. Was it 70-2 they were, I believe, at one point?
Oh, my goodness.
Absolute insane run by them. They had the bye locked up before it got to the final day.
And, of course, every string is its own comparison, so multiply that by 3, basically, and that's how long that winning streak was.
Yeah, they were on a tear. The skill level on Lucky Strike is in spades. In the depth of their bench, a bowler like Chris Bovair would be a starter on any other team here, but they lock up their talent, they stay together, and that's why they're, again and again, they're in spots like this in the finals.
Both teams have deep benches as well.
Packard's first ball after a delay. Breaks up the diamond, just the triangle right.
Yep, significantly improves the odds of the shot, as you're saying, Corey. Chris took out 4, so all the sleeper pins have gone, which makes this a more possible shot, I suppose. A lot of tricky triangles. Packard got to bounce back.
Off his object there. He was off a little bit left.
Ooh, look at this! Oh my goodness! Bovair, who had to throw it to the 1-2 pocket, which is his crossover side, still got great pin action on that.
Great attempt, just didn't get the pin to fall into it. Big 10 from Packard there.
Bovair likewise. And he's off to the so-called perfect start. All the pins down. Balance here at a good 121 last string.
And Jeremy was a little bit under his average with the 109. I know he's looking to come back and come back strong.
There's that leave again, 4 and 2.
Let's see if he took any notes from Bovair on how to hit this a little bit better.
That is his pocket this time, though, a little different. 4-7. In there. Volunteer ran down the horseman, but the 5 stands.
And Big 10 for Seaholm there. Sweeps out the back 2.
And 9.
And surprise, surprise, Greg, we are in a virtual tie right now early on in game 2 for the game, not for total, for the game.
The Danny Harris factor, I think you'll find. 171. Good grief.
It's a great way to start and kind of announce yourself in the finals of the ICC here.
Hey! My goodness! I could have sworn they put pins on the plate, didn't they? Strike.
We blinked and they were gone. Jeremy looking to soften the blow with the 10 here. Right down the middle, no pins there. Missed it way left.
Special note that Jordan Britton was supposed to be joining the Alley Chat booth, but he just had to go and be a finalist, I guess. So.
Yeah, Jordan was supposed to be here kept kind of getting carried, and before we know it, he was a little bit busy.
Justin Waters. Drops 4.
Neither bowler getting any action off the 2 or 3 respectively.
Waters, that's a huge hit. Now the 7 won't go though.
And Barber misses his object. He's on the 3-pin there.
Let's see what Barber does here. He will go the left side. I would say the safe way, but there's no safe shot in this game necessarily. That said,
you never know how your ball's going to spin a little bit at the end and chop out 1 or take all 3. You never know. Waters looking to make a big impact here and sit on something, as is Barber.
Waters got off to a good start with the 124, and here he goes again. He'll sit on that indeed.
Barber knew it right away. As soon as he threw that ball, he was off the head pin.
How many dozen people are here? My goodness.
This is a packed house, which is great, again, for the game. Punches at 1 there. Yeah, we got people to our right. We got people behind us to our left. And, of course, shout out Frank DeLuca and Brendan O'Dowd for handling all the production behind us.
If you've ever gone to an Alley Chat taping, or in this case live stream I should say, you see all the equipment in place and all that they have to do, all the parts. And here he is, Danny Harris.
Half Worcester right side. Again, there's no impossible shot here for these bowlers.
Let's hope so, although this is pretty when it goes in reality. Now though. There's the sticks for Baker. That could matter. And here comes the 3rd ball for Harris. 6. All right, now Baker gets 8, so gains 2 there. Have a chance for a few more.
I guess Danny can afford to have a 6 after 171 first game, but he's going to want to come back strong, that's for sure.
It's okay. Don't do it again. That's all's forgiven.
And just like I said, he was amped up, ready to come back there strong.
Goodness gracious.
Baker with a great ball as well, just not getting quite the break that Danny did.
Another tricky triangle. Is it just me or are we seeing quite a few of those?
More than a few triangles, a couple diamonds already.
That, ooh my. Right in front of the 6-pin, I suppose. And 10.
Big 10 there.
There you see it after 2 boxes, folks. Still a similar margin, 29 pins. If you're ever curious what those CompuScore symbols mean, Eric Pelletier has that little green crown because he's the only one who got a mark in a frame. Sometimes there's that rather insulting hangman when you're the only one who didn't, and pitchforks above a column when nobody got a mark, and stars, excuse me, when everyone did. Now you know. It took me years to figure that out, embarrassingly long.
Better yet, come down here, check it out for yourself. Try and get some up there for your own game there. Because the sport of Candlepin, especially wintertime, fall, is a great thing to do.
It doesn't feel like winter, though, necessarily up here in Massachusetts.
No, 70 degrees in November will do that to you. Godwin misses right. Nick looking to capitalize and run his pins down.
310. Ooh.
Great attempt there. I don't know why that 10 didn't carry. Just didn't want to go down.
Good sticks. Godwin picks one. Everything ventured, but nothing gained so far in string number 2. 106, 106.
2 marks on the board for Academy, 1 for Lucky. All of them strikes.
Ooh, look at this for Godwin. That's 9. Just 3 for Norcross. Six pin gone.
Norcross tried to have an answer, hit the head pin, just only punched out 2 there. 5 left on the deck for Norcross.
Yeah, Godwin with an enthusiastic reaction. He is stoked he got that one. At that 106 first, and now he knows he can start something even bigger in the second.
Tough 6 there for Nick. I think Dave was a mix of celebration he got the spare and frustration it didn't go on the strike ball.
The old what was wrong with that shot.
You hear that quite a lot in Candlepin, no matter what the skill level is.
We were doing Steve Bronchuk impressions earlier, like, oh, people, oh, no. How does that happen?
Send it over here, come on.
Good ball, but a tough break there for Chris. Academy with a lead, 727 to 701 currently.
Haggard spinning the wood, 12710.
Not bad.
That's gettable.
It's a makeable spare, especially at this skill level. Especially with that piece of wood covering the 7, it helps for sure.
12710. Over had a good try at his.
Corey way off his object there for the spare shot.
Which will make this difficult because Bovair is, I thought, getting 10.
All right.
Spin the wood over, I guess.
Yeah,
It's
tough 9 there.
I wonder what Packard's looking at as he looks off to his side. That's 8. He's done that a couple of times. Maybe, I can only speculate, maybe he's looking at something else to focus on for a moment.
Every bowler has their nuance, their superstition, whatever it may be, to keep them focused, to keep them relaxed, whatever it may be.
Chris Bovair.
Yeah,
Good
baby.
hit.
There you go, bud.
8.
Go get it now.
Although I'm sure he wanted to strike, I think he's very happy to not see a split up there.
Packard now almost had a triangle there, but chipped out the 5-pin late, 3-6. just off.
Come on, bud. Pin it.
Chance for Packard. 7:35 to 7:10 right now in favor of Academy. And that's gone! 3 marks working for Academy lanes. Bover gets 10.
Let's go.
Now we see the lucky strike working by Eric Pelletier. Jeremy Seaholm on lane 21 on the left side. Well, left side if you're looking from the back. There's cameras everywhere. It's Alley Chat.
Pelletier looking for a big fill. Seaholm looking to get something going.
Come on,
How about it? Ooh.
There you go, Eric.
Good start on the strike throw.
Little thin on the head pin, but great break.
Seaholm, that 4-pin isn't going to bump, is it? No. A couple of 3-pinners. Does Pelletier have access to that?
He sure does.
Spun in.
A little bit too far into that piece of wood. You either needed to go right at the pins or hit the cap. It's still a great 18 up there for him.
That's out. Jeremy Seaholm with a spare.
Right in the middle of the game. That's where Academy tends to come alive, and you're starting to feel it.
Stay down there.
They feed off one another. I've noticed it all week hanging out with them. As soon as one starts to break the marks, the rest of them start to get going, as you saw from Justin and Danny with both getting strikes there in the second.
And now Corey Packard and Jeremy Seaholm with spares working. It's currently a 19-pin advantage for Academy. Could grow. Here's Seaholm's try. On the fill strike!
The emotion on Jeremy Seaholm's face says it all right there. He knows how big this moment is, being around the game for so long.
That's gone, a spare.
Great shot by Pelletier there to answer.
That's a good response. Lucky Strike knows how to deliver the response.
Dave Barber with a rough first, too, trying to find something here.
All right. See a shot down
Off the head pin with all of his first 3 balls.
Which makes it tougher for the head pin to do anything on the second time around if you get the head pin going the wrong way. Myers is a 3-2 split.
Do it.
Barber, that's
Strike.
in the spot on the 1-2.
Six fill on those strike for Justin.
What do you say, Barber?
And 8.
All right. Right back. Come on, keep the rope on Chris.
Looking for a 10 box.
Right back here.
That's the 7 there.
So Barber actually gains a pin, all told.
34-pin lead for Academy. 788 to 754 currently.
Barber. There's the head pin hit.
Wow,
And
what a
that's the
lead.
thanks he gets.
Wow. Great ball.
Hey, all right,
The wood's starting to sit a little bit nicer for him, but still, he deserved a lot better than that.
Waters, similar situation. One of those get in the pocket, see what happens shots when all the back pins gone. Spin the wood. 8 so far.
The way Justin throws his ball, he may be able to just come into that head pin and send it over into the left 2 where the ball takes out. Oh, just missed the 7-pin. Great attempt there.
Picks the pin. 9.
Let's go. Start knocking some pins down.
Come on, Big. Show us how to do it, bud. Come on. Let's go, Baker.
Danny Harris looking to fill his strike big here.
just off. I have to believe that Dave Chestergrove likes a lot, this weird 4-2 washout. Now then,
Danny with a good working ball there. Missed the head pin, but gets an 8 drop out of it.
Good for the count on the strike. Just full for Baker. And this angle looks tricky. Yes! Strike spare.
Harris continuing to build off what he did last game.
Gaining 3 instantly against the 7. And the lead is now 8-17 to 7-70 in favor of Academy Lanes. As once again, Danny Harris is starting to build. Baker's got the head pin.
Decent mix, but still a tough lead off a great head pin hit. And Danny with a great 9 fill.
How's that? My goodness. So that's 45 through 3 for Harris.
Baker surveying the shot. Looks like he's got that angled piece of wood. I think he's trying to figure out if it covers the front pin and will take out both on the left side, or if it won't. I think he's going to play almost where they meet to try and make sure he gets all the pins.
Might have pressed against the plate edge. I can't tell. Spinning it over. It hit the 7 and drops it. And Baker has his spare. And a beauty.
And Danny says match, and he gets the spare of his own. Great string here for Danny Harris thus far.
Another mark streak for Danny Harris.
It's this team. It's if one's not picking up, it's the other. And Danny's just shown why he's the anchor of this team and why he was high average on the right side of this tournament all week.
Back to the top of the order, Nick Norcross and Dave Godwin.
Nick's the bowler. Look to really get something going and go on a streak, because he's too good to be sitting at these 42 through 4.
One of them mixing balls. Where's that wood going to sit? He might have to make this 1-9 himself, depending. It's still rolling. Meanwhile, we watch Godwin.
Good head pin hit, but no action.
What is that?
It's like a 4 fill on his spare, but an ugly leave.
3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, naturally. Across, off the wall. Bumps it. See you later. That's a good shot.
Great attempt by Godwin there, just the 7-10 remaining.
Happy to have pins. He's makes the spare worth his while because he's got the 4 fill too. 56 half.
We said earlier pinning was going to be so vital. So every time you get an opportunity to at least get one, you got to be sure of one. I think some of these bowlers are starting to feel a little bit of pressure halfway through here and trying to make the perfect shot on every ball.
We are seeing some pins get away here, so there's opportunities to gain on the 3rd ball. Norcross got 4.
Visible frustration from Nick there on that 4 fill, knowing he missed the head pin.
Now then, how about this from Godwin? 9. Norcross ends up with the same 56 half, in fact. Needs it on 3.
4 of them, need 4 of them.
Godwin, yes.
He holds his chest knowing he missed where he wanted to go, but got the wood to carry it still.
Norcross got on the head pin. He takes out half the pins. Half the pins on the 3rd ball. Doesn't like the 7 hanging up there, but.
It's like Nick Zeffalato has come in for Chris Bovair. Mid-game, we will not change the name, so Chris is now taken over by Nick. Nick Freshy Zeffalato. Trying to get some action from the bench here. This Academy leads 3-2 in March. Sorry, 3-3 with Godwin's up there.
Sorry to hear Nick's still a freshman. Packard spare fill is 6. Horseman.
Tough break off the 2 pin for Freshy.
1, 3, 6, 7. 8 is wiggling. New.
Wood clipped it, didn't want to take it over. Nick for the 10, gets it.
So the combined slot of Chris Bover and Nick Zuffalato only losing 1 pin between them.
We have an Academy Lanes lead, 873 to 812. Almost at the midway point here.
And it's starting to get, it's getting a bit out of hand, but of course, 7 marks is a lot, but not insurmountable. Not with this lot. 6 fill for Corey Packard again. Back-to-back Sweet 16s. Freshie.
Another good ball by Lucky Strike with an awful break. They're not getting the leads they're used to off of these head pin hits.
Welcome to the game. Here you go.
Packard looking for the check mark here.
Yes! The 4 was last to go.
3 in a row for Packard there. Nick looking for a big shot to kind of answer here.
Sort of a fadeaway jumper there.
Yeah, he knew he had to cut the pin over. Just ball kept traveling a little bit further than he wanted to.
I don't know about you folks watching live, but sometimes I just wince when the shot's like, oh, he was right there.
Big 9 for Nick there. And here we go. Like we said earlier, Academy Lanes is a team that will go on runs. Corey with 3 in a row. Jeremy sitting on 2 in a row. Danny with 3 in a row. Any bowler on this roster is capable of going 150 plus in a hurry, but the same can be said about Lucky Strike.
Seaholm, strike Phil on the head pin. Now then, 5 and 1, so he'll need more on the second ball for that thin hit. Nels here has.
It's like a 4 fill from here.
I thought that 8 pin was gone. Seaholm, good sticks, got a 9 fill if no mark.
That was a great attempt there from Jeremy for his 3rd mark in a row. 7 just didn't want to carry.
Well, it's here, darn near got it. Kingpin stands.
And the spinning wood just wobbles it over just enough. 10s for both bowlers here.
It's 2 for Jeremy. Oh, how about that?
To answer here.
Oh, got that outside shot. It looked like the right pin action.
It's a great attempt there. Just if those pins didn't want to fall down in the back there, looking for a 10, and he gets it.
918 Academy Lanes, 845 Lucky Strike.
73 pin lead here. Marks for both teams still sitting there. Looks like 2 spares for Academy Layton to be filled, a spare and a strike for Lucky Strike. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 spares and a strike for Lucky Strike.
Just as well, the dominant force in the tournament needs to make a comeback all of a sudden.
There you go, buddy. There you go.
Waters dropped 7.
Come on, right on the
Barber 5. The 8 pin again inexplicably fell out.
Waters the 2-pinner here. He knows he has to have it.
Ooh, my goodness. So straight that the ball rebounded right on the plate. Barber puts a bid on it.
And the ball has
That's not going anywhere.
just rolling around. Not enough to take out the pin, just enough to cause a problem.
Thanks, Jonathan. I was mentioning the depth of the teams. Jonathan Boudreau on the bench. That's how deep Lucky Strike is.
Oh, absolutely. The talent is incredible for what they have.
There's the pin. And a 10. picks up 2.
A very, very uncharacteristic 40 half for Dave Barber. He is having a tough go the first half of game 2 here.
Looking for his first 10 bucks.
Waters himself is under what his typical average is here, but not to the level Barber is right now.
That's a huge pocket shot. 2-pin. Barber's got his head pin hit, and there's an opportunity. Does he get it instantly? Not quite.
Very friendly piece of wood for both bowlers.
Waters got it. Barber does as well. Did he get that off the cap?
He did. He hit the cap of the front piece of wood and got the ball to carry over, and he knew it too. You saw the look he gave his team as he walked off. He knew that he kind of, I don't want to say stole it because it was all lined up no matter what, but he knows he missed his object there.
Well, he's got the power, but thank you very much.
And when you're struggling, you'll take any mark you can get.
Now here's Danny Harris. And now everyone is expecting greatness with every shot, and he's delivering.
Another 9 fill for Danny. 64 through 4 for Danny Harris, and in line for another potential spare here.
Baker with the power of the angle 6.
Oh, he knew it as soon as he threw it that he missed that one.
Red line wasn't going to take it.
That left side has given Danny trouble all week.
Nice shot for Baker. The Horsemen aren't safe.
Looks like Baker actually had a 5 fill on his spare in the 4th there. So a 50 half for Baker to Danny Harris a 73.
Switch full for Harris.
Friendly piece of wood sitting there for him.
Sparefield Baker again. Now, that's 5.
That pin walked a mile and still didn't want to fall down. Another 5 fill for Baker.
You ever hear that song, I Would Walk 500 Miles? Yeah, absolutely not that. Oh! Seriously, Danny?
Danny Harris with a beautiful mark there. Baker looking to answer, and he sure does.
There we go. This is why they're the international finalists.
Let's go.
We thought these anchor bowlers might make a difference.
If you're currently watching and enjoying this, share this stream. Share the link to this. Let people know, because this is the epitome of Candlepin bowling right now. These are the best of the best up here, and it's showing by these spare shots they're continuing to get.
And I mean, quickly, there's still half the match to go. Seriously, you're not too late. Please share it.
Go share it on Facebook. We've got to get this out everywhere we can, because the game of Candlepin is back, ladies and gentlemen. Final 4 boxes, 73-pin lead for Academy.
Godwin Sparefield, just 3.
Come on, bud.
Here's Norcross. Good hit.
Another split for Nick Norcross.
It's a mixture for him. Yeah, there's a few balls have gotten away, but sometimes he's just not getting the action he needs, although the wood might help. We'll discuss that.
Silly.
Let's take a couple pieces of wood. It's going to be one of those situations where he hopes to hit the piece of wood all the way to the right off the wall.
Ooh. Took off into halfway down.
Good 10 for Godwin there.
Nice. Satisfying pin action to have that 3-pin get taken out.
Norcross looking for us to get the pin here.
Matching 10s.
Come on, G.
Current score 976 to 906 in Academy's favor.
Academy won the first by 30. They are up currently 40 in the second.
Dave Godwin.
Yes.
In there. 5-8.
Look at it now.
That wood will sit pretty, I think. It's not perfectly bridging it, but it looks pretty good.
Nick with a bouncing ball just takes out the half Worcester left.
Telephone. Yeah, the 5-pin is there.
Godwin just misses it right. The frustration on his face says it all.
Across great pin action. Happy to be guaranteed 9.
Everything but the head pin goes. Easy the second time for Godwin there for the 10. Nick matches there.
That is 12 marks to 10 Academy if I've counted those smudges correctly. Blocky striking those slashy spares.
I think 13 for Academy.
Thank you.
It's like 10 for Lucky Strike.
There's the bust up Zuffalato was after.
Go take advantage, kid.
Operating under Chris Bover's name on the scoreboard since he's a mid-string substitution.
Looking for their first mark as a tandem.
Packard, can he break it up? 6, no, 6 will stay.
Third 6 fill in a row for Corey Packard.
Yes, gone. How refreshing. Freshie gets his first.
A balk by Corey Packard there. Looking to see if he can squeeze together for a spare. Oh, that was the ball. Just didn't clip the last pin. Just leaves one standing.
Look how close that pin spun over. My goodness.
Big 10 here. Wide left for a 9 box.
That's there.
Increases the Academy lead to 75 at the current time. 4 marks for Lucky Strike though. Only 2 for Academy.
Again, still waiting for someone to break into 120's territory apart from Danny Harris. Zuffalato. Spare fill 2. Half Worcester.
Never a good time for the half Worcester. It's especially worse on a spare fill. Corey looking to come back.
How's that? Lean back. Trying to stretch that pin action out from his side of the lane. He's got a bunch in front of the 5. Frenchie knocks it down.
Great shot there. I worry about that front piece of wood for Packard. He's got to go around that front piece and try and go to the back a couple pieces of wood.
Got on the intersection, yes. And a matching mark. Packard will have a chance to go into the 120s with his next bonus ball.
Go, E. Double trouble, bud. What do you say?
C. Holmes had some excellent pinning thus far, minus that 7 box. But Pelletier has been right on that head pin. But it's definitely helping. Just inside. It's touching the gutter and sees if that flies off the sidewall to take out the left side.
I'm having a long think about this one.
Yeah, you get a lot of minds, a lot of great bowling minds that are trying to find the best possible angle. Everybody becomes an expert in physics in Candlepin bowling.
Remember, Surrett and Zuffalato all in on the conversation. We're still talking about it. This is a long conference.
Yeah, it just speaks to how big these marks are in every box. They know how important getting a spare here would be.
There's also a question of strategy. Do you go for the 2 or do you go for the shot?
Oh, I think they're all in right now. They're going for the shot.
They need the marks. He's going for it.
Nothing doing. None of the friendly wood took a roll. 7 fill on his strike.
And nothing friendly to say back to the pins. That 7 fill on the board. 76 through 6. And a 9 makes 85 through 7.
8 for Seaholm there. 10-19 to 9:54 lead for Academy. 65 pins right now.
For those of you just joining us, we are live on Alley Chat from Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. My name is Greg Briar, and I'm alongside Corey Alisi, and we are here bringing you the finals of the 2022 ICC Championship. Alongside our Alley Chat crew, Frank DeLuca, of course, and Brendan O'Dowd.
All right. Hey, slow it down. Come on.
Two gets it, bud. Two gets it.
Help. Mix it up.
Bellatier 6, Seaholm 4. Some work to do. I've yet to see that 4 horseman 5-9 nonsense go. Tough to drive it this way and that.
Well, Jeremy Seaholm's going to give it a bit, that's for sure.
Try, bud. Good bid. Good bid.
Pelletier, great bid, but no carrying the 10. Oh! And Seaholm can't carry the king.
Good pins for both. And he chopped through, it could have been less.
That's a 9 for Eric there. 10 for Seaholm, gainer for Seaholm there.
A ball in the channel stays in the channel, and the ball just tipped the pit in the gutter.
Put on there, bud.
Justin Waters and Dave Barber, both on spares.
Barber looking to get himself going after a rough first half here. Started his second half with a spare.
Holding on 1.
Come on now. Nice loose 18 right there.
Great mix for Barber.
How about Waters?
You gotta sit him good, man.
That pin cartwheeled on the plate.
He was a little full in that head pin, but he still should have taken it the way it spun back. Waters looking to run down the 4 horsemen.
The Academy advantage further. 9 for Barber.
Lead is at 65 right now, plus Waters fill. 3-2 mark count for Academy. Barber with some visible frustration with some of the leads he's getting. And I think that goes without saying for his whole team. And right on cue, Waters with an awful split off a great headpin hit.
Good count, though. Slice it over, and Dave cannot believe he cut that pin just behind the 6.
Waters looking for a huge mark here after Dave just missed his.
Jumps the pin.
Ball went over to try and take out the 10, just fell back a little bit. Big 10 there for Dave Barber.
Son of that, Jim Barber, yes. Hall of Fame. 9 for Waters.
Come on, big, looks up.
Here comes Danny. Had one spare that got away, otherwise he could easily be even higher than this right now.
Yeah, all he missed was a single pin. He missed it twice. That left side has not been his friend this tournament.
Baker's on 3 marks in a row. Here it comes. That's 7 this time.
All right.
Great ball, no action.
There's, I'm not sure if you can tell, folks, but there is loud yelling from the gallery every single time Danny delivers the ball. Incredible atmosphere as it has been all week.
Baker just a little wide right on his shot. Danny right on it.
32 over par. And a 9 for Baker. Solid work in the 110s.
Danny Harris is trying to single-handedly get this game over the top for Academy. 75 pin lead currently.
Come on, 8-pin.
5 fill on it, but very friendly wood there.
Oh, that was pretty.
Baker with a great second ball to get his spare.
No sidewall at all, just clean pin action. Perfect.
Yeah. Nine there for Harris.
So 2 boxes to go in this second of 3 strings. 1 more still to go.
Current lead for Academy is at 79. Looks like Lucky has an advantage of 1 mark, so 2 marks to 1.
Lucky Strike is capable of chaining together spares and strikes, getting them 20 at a time, in other words. That's pretty much what they need at this point. But Norcross found a big shot there. And this could further increase that advantage.
Norcross really needs to get something going here for the final string.
Spin it, yes! So already the chance to go into 110s with a good bonus here.
Godwin looking to do the same.
There
it is. Trips to 5.
We got that leave to go finally. So long.
We've seen it too many times. Somebody hit it. These bowlers are too good.
There was wood helping in the area. And Godwin took full advantage. And he'll have the chance to go 110s. Norcross, big hit! The fill is high.
Big strike on spare there for Nick Norcross. Dave looking to answer.
Whoops.
Dave wide right there. Just a 2 fill.
Still gets him into the 100s, of course.
The second ball could be huge here.
Oh, it was, but it didn't take the 10.
Everything but the 10. I think the frustration's mounting for Lucky Strike as some of these leaves don't go and some of the breaks they're not getting.
Yeah, there's your dramatic Candlepin slogan. How can a small ball be so big?
In moments like this, the pins look like they're an inch tall down there, that's for sure.
Little tiny toothpicks on the other end.
Norcross looking for a double here. Oh.
Mixing.
Of course, he has a second ball here, looking to get a 10 fill.
That does reach the 110s. So Norcross is on the up. Yes, that's 9.
122 game for Nick Norcross. Great finish for him.
Academy on all cylinders right now.
And again, against the skill level Lucky Strike has, no lead is safe. These guys can rattle off games that you wouldn't even believe.
This is why we watch every box. Both on spare fills. Corey Packard, 3.
Come on, buddy, work it out. Come on, work it out.
How's that for Zappalato? A strike on spare. How's that for a tactical substitution? Packard, a bounce back and a spare. The so what ball.
What an answer from Corey Packard there when Nick just hit that beautiful strike. I think that's the frustration for Lucky as well. Every time it looks like they're going to start to gain some traction, Academy comes and has an answer for every mark they get.
So many veterans up and down the lineup. They're putting on such a show right now. Packard. 5 drops forward.
Great 9 fill there for Corey.
Guarantees 120s. Zappalato got 4.
There's that leave again.
No wood around this time, though. Second strike ball to come.
Packard looking for a huge mark here in the 10th. Nick has his work cut out for him, but an answer would be absolutely enormous.
Wants pins at the very least. He got those. No mark, but a 9 count. And 10 to bring him up to 114.
Corey.
Oh, good. I'm not sure what time the kitchen closes. Packer with his fill ball.
I'll drink to that. 135 for Packard after a 20 in the 10th.
And just like we said, every time Lucky starts to get some marks going, Academy has an answer.
Oh. And now the margin is nearly 100. 1176 to 1077 in Academy's favor.
99 pins. Wow, Sean Baker is on a fill, but this is getting a little bit out of hand right now for this matchup.
6 and 7, respectively, or the pinfalls. 1, 2, 7, 10 for Seaholm. Just off. Now hang on, the 10's wobbling, the 1's dropping. The wood is rolling.
Wood's rolling back. Let's see if it pushes enough.
Seaholm is clutching his head.
Not quite enough momentum on that wood to roll back. I'm surprised it didn't look like the head pin was going to go. But it ends up being the 10 that stays up to fight. Pelletier misses everything.
And that's tough with the double wood there.
Big 10 for Seaholm.
Good shot here.
Misses everything.
So Seaholm will go into the 110s with that shot.
At this point, I think you're just trying to pin. Go 2 at a time. You know you got a significant lead. Every pin matters, so just chip away and get some pins. I didn't mean chop away. I didn't mean that, but pins with every ball. There was a question of what Academy would have left in the tank, because Justin Waters and Danny Harris did a lot of bowling this week. Both of them, I think, only got a game or 2 off. But it's showing that they have plenty.
9 apiece. It's 110 for Pelletier and 113 for Seaholm.
Finish strong, Kim. Finish strong.
This is very similar to what happened in 2018. Academy had a huge lead after 2, almost insurmountable. They're looking to do the same thing here. First ball for Justin.
Oh, baby! Second strike and just this string for Justin Waters.
Do it again.
And a tough leave there.
Harbor's taking a good long look at this.
Like we said earlier, they know how important every spare is going to be at this point.
Off the wall. Trying to see if the wood was covering those pins and whether it would have taken the other.
I don't think the front pin is covered. I think it would have had to be a very tight angle shot.
Can only take what it gives you. That's not.
Battery.
How's this?
All right, give me that
Gee
two. Give me
whiz.
that two.
Did he cross
Give me
over on that?
two.
I'm trying to figure out how that 5-pin stood up.
Give me that
Looked
two.
like the same ball as his strike ball, just totally different action. And that's Candlepin in a nutshell.
Jumping the wood across. How's that? Sidewall bounce and a spare on strike for Waters. Ridiculous.
What a shot in the 10th box in the 11th hour to try and will his team ahead even further.
What a shot.
It's actually only an 8 over there for Dave.
Fucking put 10 on that one.
Should have.
Cheech, I'll get you a towel, buddy.
Under average beam for Barber. Justin Rose can really make it hurt right now.
My dumb lizard brain hit the spare button when I saw that shot go. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that was an unreal shot.
Give him
And
his
the fill.
reward. Head pin.
And a boy, what a finish shot of you.
8 it is. 132. After a blinder of a finish.
They've increased their lead. Academy is at 123 pin. Opposite Sean Baker fell. Quite the lead right now for Academy.
Just sit back and enjoy the show, folks. Here's Danny Harris. 2-7, 8-10. Nothing impossible.
Very friendly pieces of wood there to carry the back half. 7 fill for Baker.
Gee whiz, look at this sleeve. Baker makes that. I'll eat my hat.
Danny Harris off his object there. It's got to go a pin at a time if you're Sean Baker there. Danny with a 10.
Yep, well pinned. That's 9.
Four bowlers, 120 plus. Currently, Lucky does not have any. Sean would need a mark to get up there.
Look at this.
Almost too much of a mix for Harris, but he's got some friendly wood there covering everything up.
Miss the head pin. You'll take what you can get. Baker does have a chance to get that very mark.
Everything's sitting perfectly for both bowlers. A lot of wood on the deck. Should help both of them with their shot.
And that's gone for Baker.
Harris looking for the 10. And he gets it.
100.
Baker with the 6 fill, another great headpin hit with no.
Bananas, boys. Come on. Come on, Jim. Come on now. Come on. Come on, Dave. Come on now.
Big 111 pin lead for Academy going into the final string.
There's your copy score readout.
Dave looking to build off last game, have a big one here.
There you go. There you go. Hey, not bad, Dave. Good to go, bud.
Nick Norcross. Now he's on now. That's 9.
Talk about building off last game. Nick with a great finish, put him into the 120 range.
Just full for Godwin. Norcross tripped on the wood on the way down. No mark. That was another language difference I realized. That apparently in Canada, open means a spare you haven't filled yet. Whereas here in America, usually it's
Come on, David.
This match right here is just a matter for Academy. Everything he does while minimizing damage.
There you go. Hey, not bad. Get it.
they're going to have to start making their own luck here. 147 is one of those shots where you could do that. skipper off the foul line, yes.
Much needed early mark for Lucky Strike. Nick trying to answer.
You can perhaps see it there in that cyan font, the advantage growing.
And I will say last round, Alright, so Freshie is officially in the lineup for the new game. So we're going to change that up here.
Not bad. All right, there you go.
Everyone else remains the same here.
Answering it exactly as they had it. Packard.
Off, what a good break. Freshie has a workable leave here with that piece of wood. Right side of the head pin should take everything out on the right, and then you hope the 7 gets carried.
Head pin off the wall, right in front of the 9. Wood taps the 9. No. There is an 8-pin hiding back there for Packard. I'm perfectly screened, right?
Yes.
From where we sit on the right side.
And he knew he missed it as soon as he threw the ball.
Packard off a 135 previous string. 9 for Nick.
Nine for Packard there.
Let's go.
First half. So he's got some explosive bowling in him there. I think that's what they're looking to catch right now.
It's definitely having an effect. That's a head scratcher on Lucky Strike's side.
Absolutely. That's what this whole match has been full of those for them.
Wood may aid it. Too heavy on that piece of wood.
Yeah, just missed the pin. He was trying to clip the side of it. Packard with his work cut out for him here.
Such a contrast here at Academy. It's such a noisy, boisterous environment throughout the week, as of course all the lanes were filled and everyone was cheering and hollering at every step of the way. And then as the stakes rise.
Freshie missed him both the second time. Packard is looking to gain 1 here. He does. Eric with the 231 through his first 2. A little above his average overall. Seaholm with a 222. He's under.
Two pesky leaves away from the head pin.
All right.
Take it out.
Both bowlers missing their objects on the spare leave.
Well, it's here got some action there, so 10's easier there. Seaholm needs something and takes the safe way out with an 8.
Safe way every time.
That's on it for Pellets. Here he's left the 4.
Seaholm struggling to hit the head pin again.
Leaves that leave.
It wasn't until the 4th or 5th box each game so far that he started to get a little life in him. you're Lucky Strike, you gotta have that spare there when you get a single pin. And again, minimum
Come on, Davey! Come on, Bob! Side it up, baby! Side it up! Go down there!
Dave Barber. That's there. Look at that explosive pin off the sidewall. 1, 2, 7, 9, 10. Waters buried it. 6-10.
picking up right where he left off the end of last game. Barber with a great bid.
Do we worry about that front piece?
The way Waters throws so hard, you don't have to really worry about it too much. He goes around it and just doesn't carry the 10-pin.
Perhaps a question of where he hit that wood. Could not tell from my angle where I sit, I confess.
Here we go.
Get one in here, bud. Get one in here. Come on, Bob. Go outside. Come on, Bob. Go outside. Go back.
No Barber really to answer that question.
Friend, man. All right, it's gonna be a nice one to make. No cut here, bud. No cut here. Cut it too much.
Justin Waters wants the 10-pin to drop. It does.
He carried his extra there when Barber could not.
Barber sliced it. Good effort on that.
Friendlier piece of wood for Waters in the 2-pinner now than the first attempt. Waters looking to answer with zone 10.
Yes.
He does. Feeling out process.
Baker. Big head pin hit straight away. And Harris not a big head pin hit straight away.
No, and I think every bowler is starting to feel a little bit of pressure in either direction.
Slice the pin off the wall, yes.
But Baker's been in pressure situations before and he answers right away.
Harris chops through. A seismic shock as he hit that 2-pin.
Academy knows they're on the cusp of potentially getting a championship. Lucky Strike knows they need to score early and often. So the nerves.
Just tired of sitting.
No matter what happens, Lucky Strike has already created quite a story by being #1 for so long in this tournament, with so much dominance throughout the entire week of play.
Oh yeah, they're a dominant force in Candlepin, have been for years and years, and that they'll continue to be.
That's a 19 and a spare for Sean Baker. That's the sort of string you're after in a time like this.
Danny Harris had an unfriendly piece of wood, wouldn't carry out the 10-pin.
So we'll keep an eye on this. The margin is currently 90 right now, but 2 marks on the board.
Come on, Nick, you be the leader, baby. Come on, Nick. Nice pretty pitch on #1, but here we go. Start it up right now.
Started to see some struggles. They can't afford that against Lucky Strike.
Glad to have you along for the ride, folks, on Alley Chat. We're going down the stretch here. And remember, if you want to see many great videos of all the best bowlers, past, present, and future, or sometimes all 3, as we've seen in many cases, please hit the subscribe button on YouTube to Alley Chat.
Some of these guys have been around for generations, bowling well. and still being relevant. As you saw Maria's sub with a lot of legendary bowlers, they're still packing a punch.
And Minnick, a lot of great bowling across generations. Both bowlers open here. Across 9.
Good attempt at the 10 for Nick, just wouldn't carry it. Dave looking to get a big out here. And he does, big 10.
Academy Lanes, it was the doubles elimination tournament. And Jimbo Aow came second to Steve Reno Jr. and Dan Chanel.
Always some amazing bowling at those Pro Series events. Another good headpin hit for Godwin, but just way too full. Nick's looking for some help from that piece of wood to carry over and take out the king.
That leaf definitely needs a name. That annoying piece of wood that sits right in front of the 610 and the 5-pin. Like, I've called it a right hook, but that's lame. No one's going to call it that. Some people probably call it more colorful things.
Everybody has their own names for different shots. Tough 9 box there for Nick.
This is a tricky one to pin. On the side-to-side action, good Godwin.
Section here, being home at Academy Lanes.
So the margin is now 94. Baker working on a spare, so.
Still a lot of work to do for Lucky Strike, but they've already eaten into that lead a little bit. Academy needs to start pumping some marks in here to have an answer.
Threw that ball almost into the ground and then threw them into the pins. That's off a lot of timber. Down they go.
For the first time, I think Lucky's finally getting those couple of those pins to carry there. Even just the 10 for Nick.
But just as that happens, now it's a game of catch-up. Got to match that mark. 10 pins, the toughest for a righty, and it's away.
And you see the poise from somebody like Corey Packard, who's looking for his second title in 4 years. Same with Norcross, is looking for his second in 4 years. They know what it takes to get over the hump here at the end.
Come on, buddy. What do you say?
Come on.
Come on, going, baby. Get this team going.
Come on, Corey. Come on, bud.
Packard looking for a big follow-up ball to that strike.
Didn't quite make it to the head pin.
Good working ball though, and friendly leave there. Couple pieces of wood sitting there.
Hey.
And that's what Lucky's seen all day. Beautiful pocket hit with no action.
Could have gotten a wall bounce. No, nothing. Well, all right then. Packard just off the head pin.
It's a hell of a 19 right there.
9 on the strike.
Get the pen.
Tough leave here for Nick. Gave it a hell of a bid, but did not carry the king. Big 10 for Packard there.
Come on, Jeremy. Come on, buddy. Nice. Come on, Jeremy. Come on. Lay your head. Come on, buddy. Let's go.
But Academy's looking to have an answer here to continue to extend that lead.
See Holmes through. Half Worcester.
Pelletier was off too, but he leaves the 3 to the right, 4 horsemen to the right, minus the 10 pin.
Start consistently making these shots here. Here it comes. Skipped off.
And those are the gotta have them spares.
Looks like it got bounced on the lane. It may have changed the trajectory of the shot. Seaholm out for 10 against that tricky remainder. That's the 10.
Have somebody sitting.
Come on now.
Luck off head pin hits. You've had such bad splits if you're Lucky Strike, back row leaves, whatever you had. When you get the 3-pinners, the single pins, you have to capitalize on them. Otherwise, you're never going to dip into this lead.
There's your hit. Seaholm's got the 4 and 7. He's looking at it. Pelletier. There's another chance. Got a lot of those 10s up there.
Yeah, he's got a good pinning game going so far. I know he wants to start getting those marks. Help his team dig in. Seaholm with a big spare.
Seaholm's got that. Pelletier, no.
That's what I was just saying. You can't leave those ones up there. You're in too big of a hole to let those ones go by. You have to not only make some of the crazy ones, you have to capitalize on the single pins.
So 10 again.
Come on, Justin. Let's go.
A spare fill each, so it should be relatively even.
Waters. Nope, 9 will stay put.
Helpful piece of wood in the back that if he just runs the 3 to the right, that may sweep everything else. Little full on the head pin.
Grab the sticks. Grab the sticks.
Not bad.
Sharp with a good comeback after the half Worcester right.
Hey, good job. Good job up there.
And they are definitely gaining in the majority of the boxes, I think, just eyeballing it.
Not bad, buddy.
Good leave there for Justin Waters. 1 to hit, should take them all. Worst leave for Barber with another split.
Let's see. Waters got it. The man averaging 128 has his first of this string.
With that 9 from Barber, that spare could loom huge with a
There it is. Just full.
All right, cut one over.
That's either the second or third time Danny's done that. He's got the head pin. Suddenly not getting the breaks he was so accustomed to earlier. Baker.
Great ball from Baker, leaves just the king.
Second straight 19. How's that for Harris? Goodness gracious.
As I said, no unmakeable spares with these two teams.
Gone.
Baker trying to put Lucky Strike on his back and get this deficit shrinking by the box.
Okay, so again, raking them 19 at a time. That
Right here. Come on, bud.
Top 4. 1 mark on the top 4 bowlers. Baker's got 3 in 3 boxes by himself. Beautiful sit. The headpin's gonna go.
See ya.
A little tougher now with that wood not covering. Baker looking for a big fill.
Baker, he did it again. This time he's got 10. Uh-oh. Did we mention the anchors might be the story?
Gonna go check and potentially remove the wood. Looks like it should be over the line. And Boudreaux says it is. Wait for Harris if he can get it.
Plays right side of the wood. Bumps the other piece.
Bumps the wood, not enough to get back and take the 10 out, but great attempt there from Danny Harris.
And 10.
Let's go. Come on, G. Let's go. Come on, G. Let's go. Come on, G. Go, G. Go, Nick. Let's go.
He's not getting any help from his top four. He needs them to start capitalizing on some marks here.
Does mean as a result that Lucky Strike is ahead 4 marks to 3. Ooh, boy. Godwin 8, Norcross 5.
2 good headpin hits from the bowlers. Nick did not get anything to carry for him.
Nice spare. Godwin gets it. And spare for Norcross.
Nick with a big answer there. That's all it is. You know some of these bowlers are going to go on. You're going to minimize the
Pinning is within 1 pin on the 3rd ball, so it's going to come down to marks. Godwin. Spare fill 7.
A very friendly piece of wood sitting on that 10 pin.
Norcross. Look at that explode. That's 9.
Both bowlers with another great spare opportunity here.
Those bonus balls alone, again, keeping pace to your point, Corey. Yes, a spare for Godwin. Tripped it out, forward it comes. Norcross matches. And still keeping pace as a cap.
Come on, Freshie.
Let's go, Freshie.
And live on Alley Chat, or on demand, maybe you're watching after the fact. No bad time to watch this match. The 2022 ICC Championship.
Nick Cephalato on the headpin.
Ooh, boy.
Out of the hand, looked like that was going to be a 10. Looked like he was going to get all of them. Packard looking to answer with another headpin hit of his own, but much worse lead there. That piece of wood's not touching for Nick, so he's going to have to hit that thing hard to send it back.
Where on the wood will he hit it? Left side spins it in. Well placed. Packard got the action. Be sure of one, the chance from the Academy Lanes teammates.
They all realize what the spot they're in right now and how important pinning is.
That's 8. Landed in the gutter first.
Stay aggressive. Come on, Freshie. Come on, Corey.
Another opportunity for Lucky Strike. The mix is there. That's 6. 52 half you'll see in a moment. On the CompuScore score.
Packard looking for a good first ball here. Just off the head pin, half Worcester right.
Will this go for Nick? Let's see. Head pin, no.
Just missed his object there. Knights will take the head pin. Nope, just wobbled, didn't fall. Needed to hit that head pin to have a shot.
Second ball's important for Corey. He didn't get all the pins he wanted, so now he's got a tricky third.
At this point, you just got to hit the head pin, hope you take a bunch with it.
Freshie challenges with 10.
Big third ball for Packard. Just 7 out of it. Strike for Academy's got 3 spares, Lucky Strike, spare, and a strike. Another good ball. See home.
The bonus is 10. Spare strike again for Seaholm. He did that earlier.
And all these Academy bowlers, they have laser focus until something like that happens, and you see a shred of emotion show up as they know what's happening in the moment right now. Eric missed his spare going for the 10. Gets it. Perfect game of I personally have not. That's and I don't think that's something Lucky Strike or Eric wants to see today either. Jeremy looking for a big follow-up ball. It's right back in the pocket. 9.
Oh boy, that was on a strike. That was a close call.
Spare on strike here would be absolutely heartbreaking for Lucky.
He's got it!
What a shot there from Alec Pelletier. Jeremy just missed his pin.
A little selfishly, I wanted to see a 100 no mark, but big spare here. Seaholm gets 9. Resolved all of that, and now we're back up to 96 suddenly.
Barber, another great ball with an awful lead behind it.
And when you buzz that 2 pin, the head pin just slightly full and knocks that over, and that piece of wood almost never does anything good.
Waters with the fill here. Big 8 fill.
2-4 left. Barber's going to try and jump this wood anyway through the middle.
Waters for the spare.
Yes, off the wall.
See that waterfall, baby. Let's go.
A lot of stolen looks on the bench of the game.
That's their head pin dropping.
Decent pieces of wood there for Dave. It can go. That 7 pin's going to be tough to carry over.
Spare fill for Waters. Didn't get all of it, but got 6.
Give it a kiss and send it over. Send some tongue, baby. Let's go.
Tough leave on lane 21 for Justin Waters as well. Both bowlers have incredibly tough splits here.
Baker was advising Barber on this shot. Taps the wood.
Waters going for his spare. He gave it a bid, but did not carry all the way over. Barber with an 8 there. They're at least even in that box. Waters looking for 2 pins. Gets them. Just like that, we're back up.
Bonus wins all for Justin Waters.
John Baker is on a strike here.
Basically Atlas at this point. The entire world's on his back, and he just doubled.
Come on now. Yeah, Big. Come on, Big.
Sean Baker doing everything in his power to keep Lucky Strike in it. Danny Harris with a big spare opportunity here after that strike. Hits his object a little bit full.
That pin doesn't always do full damage on the second ball. Doesn't always do it on the first one, then again. Good out, 10.
Baker's first ball on his double in the 4th.
We update with every fill.
Come on!
Oh boy, the 5 was wobbling there. Harris 9.
Baker toyed with a triple there, just didn't want to go. Big opportunity for a spare here.
On it, yes.
Danny answers. Difference. So Baker's doing everything he can to kind of keep his team in it, and it's still not looking like enough right now.
Both bowlers filling. This is Nick Norcross. That's 9.
Godwin needs to do something big here on his fill.
That's 5.
4 horsemen plus the 8 pin back there.
Both Godwin and Norcross are going up, up, up every step of the way.
Norcross with a big single here to hit.
Yes. Lefties don't mind the 10 pin as much, but still a great hit. Godwin, yes.
With the exception of the one in the second box, Nick has beat him in every fill that they've got together. 5, 6, 7, they both spared out. 2 9s for Nick, a 7 and a 5 for Godwin.
Actually, the 2 marks are worth as much as 3. Norcross got 7. There's room to improve on that. Here it comes. 6.
7 and a, I want to say semi-friendly leave. That 7 pin's going to be a little nerve-wracking to carry, but that piece of wood that's floating back and forth, maybe the difference maker.
The one very vertical on the front of middle of the plate, excuse me.
You got to get that to spin when he hits the.
Did he ever? But the 3-pin stance. Ball's coming back. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at that ball.
Too far back. And Godwin missed his.
It's still coming back.
Yep, we tapped the wood now. It's just sitting there.
All right. We've seen some slow marks in this game, but seldom do they come that slowly. Again, this is the culmination of a week-long, wonderful tournament we've had here at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts.
Big 10 there for Norcross. It's at 101 through 8. Godwin looking for a 10 of his own. He gets 9. Is that a 9?
Come on, boy, let's go.
Let's go, Corey.
Don't worry. I'm Patrick. What do you say, buddy? Right out.
Finals match, Academy versus Lucky Strike.
Aw.
Packer with a good ball, but too good.
Come on, buddy. Come on, work it out.
Turnabout's fair play. Corey Alisi has a podcast of his own with world's finalist, Jordan Britton.
Try and go live this week and discuss all this action from this week, because there's quite some scores, quite some bowling, quite a few stories from this weekend. Lucky Strike's dominance in the left division, battle for bye weeks in the right division.
So much to unpack throughout the week, and you can catch that on twitch.tv/Candlepin Corner.
Corey looking for a big 10 box here.
Nine.
That's a back one for a 9.
Come in now. Come in. Come on, buddy.
8.
Another gainer for
Come on, Peter. One time for you, guys. Let's go. One time for you. Come on, buddy. Let's go.
Come on, Corey.
over Academy and Spears.
Come on, buddy. Go get it.
Crude count, I think both sides have lost 20 pins in this string. Let's see. Sidewall bounce. Sulfalato got 6.
Every mark that comes up towards the end of the game for Academy, you start to see a little bit of pressure come off these bowlers as they know they're closer and closer to the end. That's why Packard's check mark here could be huge.
There it is, check mark. Ooh, the 5.
A little thin on his object, but a great offer nonetheless. Nick has a tough spare of his own to try and hit here. Keep Lucky in it.
1, 2, 9, 10. Just wide of the head pin.
Just missed his object there. Had a shot for it to carry if he hit the head pin, but just a little bit left. Big 10 for Corey.
There's 8.
Come on, Jay, start that, baby. Come on, Jay, that's easy. Come on, Jeremy. Go. You guys.
A huge 94-pin gap to overcome with just 14 boxes. 16 boxes. 4, 8, 12, 16 boxes left.
This is a bonus for Pelletier. That's 7, 8.
See home with a great attempt there. Just couldn't carry the final pin.
Yeah, Baker may have needed that triple after all. Pelletier's try, yes. Back to back. And Pelletier on a perfect string. Get over, thank you.
That's the 10 the tough way.
Come on, buddy, bring the ball. Come on. Come on, Jeremy. Ease up on the grip a little bit. Come on.
Seaholm.
Just fades off the head pin.
Trips that 9 pin. That'll make the sleeve easier. Another fill. Pelletier got 7.
It's a big 15 pins up there for Eric Pelletier on his 2 fills. See home off the head pin left. Pelletier wide right misses everything. And he knows how important that spare could have been. Box 1 that Lucky Strike needs to capitalize. They're pinning and getting some of these marks that are left out there for him.
So Norcross has been doing putting on marks throughout. Now, might be as a 120 going. So, of course, the Sean Baker will actually literally have the 120 in a matter of time.
Sure will. He'll be a 120 through 6.
Ooh, how's that? Barber's looking at that 5-pin.
Waters trying to put some pressure on by hitting this 2-1 split.
2-4-10. Just chopped out the wood.
Come on, grab one here.
Ooh, the spin out.
Give me one.
Too far on the side.
That was a tough piece of wood. It was too far in front that if you were off one way or the other, it was going to spin around the pin.
Singles aren't always gimmies in this game.
Right here, come in.
Oh, we need a hit here.
1668, 1588.
He's got one hit, huh?
Watch with Danny, who's already at 307 the first two.
Yeah, simple 93 game will put him in 400 territory.
Come on, buddy. 1-1 and 1. Let's go.
2 tough leaves for both bowlers here, with some good head pin hits too. It's just hoping to pin if you're Justin Waters. Nothing you can do about that when you throw a good ball.
Come on. Pick one, yeah.
Barber could gain 3 here. Nope. Getting them 2 at a time, I was about to say. That's 8. Barber sends the pin across.
I'm starting up here, buddy.
Come on, Danny.
Come on, go.
Both anchors on the bonus. Harris got 2 though.
Come on, buddy. Come on.
It might be the opening. Baker needs to get something going.
There it is. He's got the head pin. Ay, ay, ay. Look at this.
5-7-10 with a piece of wood sitting in the middle flat, not helping at all.
I need a pair here. Have a pair, buddy.
I thought he got pocket and not crossover.
Yeah, some of these pocket hits for Lucky Strike have been leaving these.
Can he spin this wood? No.
Good 8 from Harris there.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Come on, let's go. Nice and easy.
Come on. Someone come in.
239.
The 10 pin.
If Baker gets 3 10s, he has 400. If he takes out 9, that could be much easier. Harris, yes, 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 count it.
From the Jeremy Seaholm School of Pinning, gets the ball to come back and take it. Baker leaves the single pin up there, which is just about all she wrote now for Lucky Strike, if it wasn't already. 75 pin lead for Academy, only on the same side.
Come on, G.
That's a trip, man.
Come on, G. Come on.
Nick Norcross had an answer every time.
See them there, boxes 5 through 7. Now let's see Godwin. Head pin hit. 5 pin? Yes. That's what should have happened. He's saying, I got 1 strike. Hang on, folks.
That's a start. like I said, it's going to be something monumental, and not saying they can't do it. Lucky Strike has all the talent in the world.
Yes!
But every time Academy has an answer.
And the world's for that matter, but yes, they go across the
God looking to double up here, so he can get back on the head pin.
These bowlers are so talented. Enjoy the show, folks. Get over 4. Guess not.
6 fill for Norcross. Tough break for Godwin there. Another beautiful ball, but 2-1 split. Not a very helpful piece of wood.
Send it. Oh, now that's interesting. The ball and the pin collided.
Ball stopped the pin from taking out that 10 pin.
Oh my goodness.
Good 9 fill though for Godwin on the strike.
Have you ever in your life? I mean,
you've seen pieces of wood collide into each other before. It's not often the ball collides with a piece of wood to stop it.
Unreal. Attaboy, Jordan.
Going for the 10 for Godwin. Can't nudge that wood over. Norcross gets his 9.
Here's Zuffalato, 9 drop and 10 strike.
Here's what they need to happen. They need a bunch of these strikes. That was a strike by Godwin.
I can't believe it. Silly me, Corey. I fussed with your absolutely correct math. I can't believe I did that.
No, it's all right. We're live here. Things happen. Oh.
$126 for Godwin. There we go. Live TV. It's bound to happen at some point. We were doing so well.
Still a 71 pin lead for Academy Lanes, pending the fill here.
Great to bring us all together for this.
5 with his first ball. Let's see if we can get out the second. See if Corey Packman could have an answer in the 10th here.
Not bad. Check mark left.
We saw him almost hit this a few boxes ago.
Still filling the strike is Freshie. That's good. It's 9.
9 fill, but he really wanted to get that spare there, and he almost had it. That wood walked over, just couldn't tap it. Packard.
Ooh, the wood spun behind.
Can't quite sweep it over with that spinning piece of wood. 9 for Freshie there in the box.
That's what I had anyway. Why did I bother? 106.
106 for Nick Zuffalato there. Packard looking for a big 10 box. Missed it.
So we'll run down the triples.
And then Bovair for the first 5 or 4 boxes. That was a hodgepodge of bowlers in that 2 spot.
329.
Home off the head pin, but gets a decent lead. Eric Pelletier with a decent shot here.
1, 3, 8, 9, 10. Got the head pin.
Skosh full on it. That's why those back two didn't carry, but great attempt nonetheless.
Seaholm sweep it across, yes.
One ball, baby, one ball.
Marks to none. We are now in the miracles required stage. You definitely cannot do it with spares alone now.
Seaholm on the fill.
How about them all? Close.
Huge 9 fill there. Just the king remains. Eric with the shot and a spare here. Misses.
Doink.
Misses left, but gets the ball to come back and take the head pin.
Got a lot of those bounce back balls here today.
A lot of bouncy balls around. Seaholm.
Yes. And Seaholm is going to have his best string. Going to shoot at the ball plate. 9.
Go, give it 10. Why not, huh?
Still on 400 watch for Sean Baker, who will need 10s to do that. Seaholm.
Big fill. Right back to the head pin. Carries 8 this time. In an instant, back 1776 especially Danny Harrison on a spare. It's,
Yeah. Let's just enjoy and see how much higher these scores can go. Barber got a good hit there.
Waters right on the head pin, but again, too full.
Huh. So that's spread eagle, except you have the 9 instead of the 6?
That is it. That's an interesting leave. That's an Academy Lanes leave.
Good luck with that.
Barber for the spare.
Yep. Put it on the board.
Just like he drew it up, that's for sure.
Come on, make the sleeve as long as you've created it.
Waters looking for a
Invented
big
it.
out here. Waters bowled a lot this week. No doubt he's running on fumes right now, but his team has done enough to pick him up. Barber with a big strike there.
There it is, Waters with 7. He'll have a chance to average 360 if he makes this one. Or triple 360, average 120 to the point. Yes, there it is. I think we will, I don't know.
Absolutely. I think Barber needed to double that. Waters on the fill. Head pin again, but only gets 5 out of it.
Huh. Another strange leave off a full hit. 112 makes 368. Did I do my math correctly? Is that so?
Come on, big.
So again, we're on 400 watch with the anchors.
With the lead being 66, it is officially over.
It is mathematical.
Academy Lanes is your
Oh, how about this? Get over.
International Candlepin champions.
Danny at 6.
Spare for Baker there.
How about that? So that will almost certainly get him his 400. Harris not quite. So it is congratulations to Mike Machichi, Nick Norcross, Mark Gregory, Corey Packard, Danny Harris, Jordan Britton, Justin Waters, Sean Taylor, and Jeremy Seaholm on winning the 2022 ICC Championship.
And a huge congratulations go out to Mike Machichi. He's the coach, he was the captain. He didn't do much bowling, but he assembled this team. And you lose somebody like Brian Fuller, who's a great bowler. He goes over to Maria Subs, and he replenishes the field they had from 2018 when they won this thing with some of these bowlers you see up there today and carry them through the tournament. Great job in coaching, in team building by Mike Machichi. Great bowling by these guys that are up there. Lucky Strike had a amazing week. Just ran into a wagon in Academy Lanes, and they are your 2022. 1824 to 1756. This place is erupting. It's their second title in 4 years, 2018 and now 2022. Great job by all.
Well said. Corey Alicia, it's been a pleasure to work with you. We'll call out the triples as well because they are 400s apiece. It's 410. I believe. Yes, 403 for Sean Baker. And the final score, 1824 to 1756. And Team Academy Lanes is the winner.
Congratulations, Team Academy Lanes. Great job by Mike Machichi putting this team together. Great job by these bowlers all week. Danny Harris had an incredible week. Justin Waters, Nick Norcross, Jeremy Corey showing up in the playoffs when it mattered most. Great job. Appreciate Frank DeLuca behind us, Brendan O'Dowd putting this all together. Thanks to Academy Lanes, Pub 125, Ted DeBarro, Josh DeBarro, all the staff here. What an amazing event, amazing week, and congrats again to Academy Lanes, 2022 champions.
So we'll wrap it up here, I believe. So thank you very much for watching this presentation of Alley Chat. On behalf of Corey Alisi and the entire Alley Chat crew, my name's Greg Guyar. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more great videos. And until next time, bye-bye.